Okay, guys, back on the Honda Pioneer again. This is going to be our next project we're working on. Is actually putting a heater in the Honda Pioneer. As you see, I've got this box here that works the power steering. So I've got to be able to work around that, but still my heater installation, the heater itself with the hoses and the electrical, it's all going to go in this area. I've been measuring and checking and to see what all I need to complete this project. I actually ordered this kit off Amazon. I forget the brand of it, but it's called a diesel heater. It actually hooks into your hot water. I'll show you where I'm going to bring that from. It's pretty simple. It just requires a little bit of 5/8 hose, heater hose, that you can pick up at Advanced Auto Parts or one of your local auto parts dealers. The kit actually come with everything, but these vents, I bought these vents separately. I bought a set of 4 of them, 2 to put in the dash to where they'll blow up on the window or in your face. They'll either defrost the window or you can turn them and blow into your face. And I'm gonna put the other 2 down in the floor where they keep your feet warm. I just got to figure out where all to route that stuff. I don't know how well you can see, but right in here somewhere, one over the driver's feet, and right in here somewhere for the passengers. Okay, I'm going to try to make this short and not put every detail in, but I will try to get the key points. Okay, here as you can see, I put in the vents in the dash under this panel. I had to remove, I had a switch in this area for my winch and this light here, so I relocated those to the center here, because the problem is right here where these vents are, right behind there's a metal brace that comes back and holds these shifting levers, part of the frame system. And if you don't get these over far enough, if you try to put them in the center or closer together, there's not enough room to get your tubing on, or for those to go deep enough to actually fit. So I had to extend them over to the sides. Some guys I've seen put them in this location here and here, but then you can't really get the vents to work as a defroster. So that's why I located them here. But yeah, as you can see here, those brackets are too short that come with it to clear the box that I've got from a power steering. I need to mount it to that frame. So I actually picked up some flat strap that I'm going to fabricate my own brackets out of. I'm just going to cut me off some lengths, measure what I need, put them in my vise and hand bend them, and produce what I need to make this work. I've done checked and I made sure I got hood clearance. I may end up having to go back because it's going to be, according to how hot this gets, I may have to go back and actually put some heat shield on my hood. I'll see when I get to that point. Okay, here's the brackets I actually fabricated. I made 2 of them that will replace these. I will no longer need these, but yeah, I'll mount into the side into these little holes that you can see right here, one on each side. Okay, now I've got my brackets mounted. I drilled a hole here, put a sheet metal screw there, and then I had to drill that steel plate that holds my power steering. So I had to be careful and drill through that a little bigger and then drill into the frame. So my screw, because I'd have never tapped that screw into the steel. It's a lot heavier steel than the frame. But that's got my brackets mounted. And you could paint them black, you know. I'm not that anal. The heater ain't that pretty anyway, so I think it'll be fine just like that. Okay guys, it's something I figured out here. The hoses they provide with this kit fit good on the back of the heater here. They fit real well. You slide them up there, put you a zip tie on them. But on these that I bought, there's no way to zip tie that tight enough. I've tried it. It just slides right off. But take on this one, take my electrical tape, went around it first 4 times, it's still a little loose. Went around it 6 times. Now you can zip tie that thing on. It don't even need zip tied. It takes some force to pull it off. So I'm gonna have to do all 4 of my vents this way. So I'm gonna have to take the 2 out that I've done install, wrap them 6 times, so this will work. Since I had to take those 2 vents back out here to tape them, I'm going to show you what I was talking about earlier. I had a light in there. You see that brace that's right there? Not the round one, but the one that's actually right there. On this side, it's even. If I can get you there where you can see it. You can see I'm right on the edge of it. That's why I had to put the vents over, which this one I could have scooted over some and made it work, but I wanted them to kind of be symmetrical. Okay guys, I got the other vents mounted here for my feet over top of my pedals. For my passenger, I've got one. Let me remove this tape I had holding it in place. I got it started. There for my passenger's feet. Then for the face and the defroster, I've got them reinstalled. So yeah, moving right along. Okay, now I'm routing my radiator hose where I'm going to connect it. Right there you can see where I'm going to connect one into the engine block. And then down here, I'm going to be deleting this line completely. And I'm going to hook the other end that'll go out to the radiator, to the heater, from right here at the oil cooler. You see that right there. So this whole line, I'm going to remove. And then that'll circulate the hot water coming from the head into the radiator, back into the oil cooler. Okay, I finally got all the connections made up. Got my hose plugged into the heater. Got the wiring done. Got a fuse in the line. Got everything bolted to the brackets. Got the clearance. Got the hood. I did check that. It will work. That's great. That's the biggest concern that I had in the whole project. You can see my heater vents there. My control switch for the variable speed fan there. Of course, I've got my connections made under the hood. This is the little hose that we deleted there. I'm going to save that just in case I ever need to hook that back up. But yeah, now I will tell you one thing about these connections. They are very, very tight, especially the ones on the engine were tighter than these. But one way that I found a remedy to that is this heat gun. I took this heat gun, put it around, heated that hose up, made it a lot easier once I figured that out to make these connections. Now I've got to find that little heat shield that I dropped down in there, but I'll do that in a little bit. But now I've got to get I filled these lines up as much as I could with the coolant before I connected them. Tried to burp the lines as much as I could. I let it sit overnight. The only thing I got to do now is fill this heater core up, which shouldn't be too much antifreeze or coolant, but I'll have to pull the machine outside, start it up, and go through those cycles with it to make sure I don't have any major air pockets, no overheating issues. But anyway, when I get that done, I'll get to that point, I'll get back to you. Yep, there's no leaks. Do some heat. Don't say I got any more air left in it, in the system. I've warmed it up once, let it cool off. Warming it back up again. It puts out quite a bit of heat. Yeah, that's pretty much a wrap on it. I won't know exactly how much I like it till I get it out on the trail and actually work it. It's puts out pretty good heat. It's 32 degrees here today with bright sun, but it seems to be putting out pretty good heat. Get more cold air through these holes than I would like. I'd like to do something about that maybe, but I don't know what I can do. But anyway, it is a pretty good add-on. Hopefully it'll keep us warm this turkey season, the spring coming up. I believe it will. It is a pretty big process, pretty big project. I've got probably $120 invested in everything. Ordered the heater off of Amazon. Broke the switch, had to rebuy a switch. I got the 5/8 heater hose. It took about 14 foot. I've got two 7-foot runs and brought them all the way from the engine up to the engine bay. It worked out good. I had to cut about a foot off one of them. The other one worked out perfect. But yeah, it's a pretty good process. You gotta have some patience. But yeah, I hope you guys like this. I hope it helps. I know I didn't show everything, but it is a long process and I would bored you guys to death with it. But everything seems to be running good and working good. These little vent hoses back here, I don't know if you can see them. There's 4 of those that take the heat to the back. Yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed it.